Hello, hello. God bless you and welcome to another podcast, A Simplistic Word with Elder Dwight Kenneth Kirk. On today, everybody, it will be totally different. On today, we will deal with a topic that I'm sure nobody's really thinking about. We think that only the children go through this, and we are not fully aware of this or what's going on. But when we talk about this today, I pray that there is an awakening. I pray that you are now fully aware of exactly what's going on. And what we're going to talk about today is bullying on every level. Bullying on every level. We can start on the playground when the big kid beats up on the little kid or stuff like that, and we can, discuss that, and oh, that's bad, and so many levels of that. But let's make another move. And before we move, let me talk about what I've been through as far as bullying. And I'm talking about from a youngin' to I made the decision that I wasn't going to be bullied anymore. Now, that came on another level when it came to the church. But I'm going to start in this natural man first. Now, when I was coming up, I was an only child. I had no brothers or sisters. I was not aware of brothers and sisters until I was older. So when I was coming up, on my neighborhood, I was bullied in elementary. I was bullied in middle school and high school. I said, that's it. Well, Elder Kirk, what are you talking about this for? I want to speak to someone on today. When I got to high school, I said, that's it. I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. Started lifting weights. Started boxing, I got right, and that's what I'm talking about in the physical. So I said, okay, now, somebody come, they gonna feel every piece of these hands that I got to offer. So, and the thing about that was, it wasn't just in school. It was in school, it was in my neighborhood, and it was also at my church. Isn't that something? The church is supposed to be a safe haven. And as a young man, I truly believed in God. Like I said, I wasn't a fighter. I wasn't fighting all the time. I wasn't doing this. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be, to be all peace, love. Let's say peace and hair grease. And that's not what happened. We used to say, this the memory. We would get in for Usher. Rehearsal, we stand there and hold hands. And I was getting popped in the back of my head. I would get mad. I would want to jump. But guess what? Wasn't not going to happen. I was just going to get beat up. Let's talk about bullying on every level. So what happened was, like I said, I became older and I made a decision that this bullying thing I stopped the bullying on that, say, beginning level. But then what happened was, as I got older, I started getting bullied on a spiritual level. You understand what I mean when I say I started becoming bullied on a spiritual level? Please accept my disrespect. What happens when you become under leadership, they have to, whip you into shape. Now, what happens, you grown, and you might not want to do that. So what happens? Then you start hearing the word. You start hearing what happens to disobedient people that are not obedient to God. You begin to hear how people that in the Bible, how they weren't obedient to God and what happened to them. Then you start hearing, touch not my anointed. So what happens? You become scared. That's a form of bullying. So when you want to be in leadership or anything like that, you have to make sure that you're obedient to the bully, not the pastor. the bully. Now, I do it in love. I do it in love. Please tell me, is it bullying or is it love? Elder Kirk, you can't be from God. Why? Because every time I turn around, I'm not talking about love. There needs to be an order. And we are out of order. We don't know what love is. The only thing we know is business. Let's handle this business at hand and God will be pleased. Nothing to do with love. Nothing to do with it. You are obedient to the bully. Why? Because it's a mental. See, this is what I'm talking about on every level. It can be physical. But right now, everybody, the majority of us are dealing with mental. I don't get bullied. Nobody don't bully me. You crazy. Go to your job and say what I'm not going to do. What the boss going to tell you? You can either do it or you can hit the door. Okay, let me go ahead and do it. What? Now, Elder Kirk, that's not bullying. Understand this. Work with me. Don't threaten me. Don't tell me what you're going to do to me. Or see, that's what you get a lot down here in North Carolina. You get a lot of, if you don't like it, come on now, you even heard it in the church. If you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. What am I going to go somewhere else for? They're going to do the same thing you're doing. Come on, man. What are you talking about? See, you never heard that before because you don't think like that. I'm going to go to another place. Or, hey, I'm in North Carolina, baby. Guess what? The same thing this boss telling me, I'll leave this job. This is the boss of the next job going to tell me. He's just going to say it to me differently. When we're talking about bullying, we're going to have to deal with bullying on every level. One thing about me on my job, and they know, I'm good. You're not going to hear me say too much. I'm going to give you a chance. But once you start messing up, then I got to start running my mouth and get up all up in that backside. I don't play no games. As far as me being a man, I draw the line. Now, an employee, whatever. I know how corporate feels about a worker on my level. I feel the same way about them. I don't see them. I don't want them to congratulate me. I don't want them to love me. I don't want no reward from them. I don't want no food from them. I don't want anything from them but pay me for my labor. That's it. But when we start asking for, well, give me this. Well, why aren't y'all doing that for me? Then what? Guess what? You're giving the bully some authority. Let's deal with bullying on every level. See, when I woke up early Saturday morning, I've been on vacation for a couple of days now, and I woke up and God began to deal with me about we don't understand that it's more bullying going on than it is love. Remember, I told y'all before, if you've been on my Spreaker, and I said I didn't say too much to something the pastor may have done that I didn't like because they paid my PWC from time to time. They helped me with food. So what happens? So guess what? The bully has rule over you then. You know what? I want you to go over there and do that. Why? They asked me, that was kind of nasty. Didn't walk away. What? I wonder what I did. Guess what? Don't worry about it. I helped you. So guess what? You're going to do what I told you to do. Let's deal with bullying on every level. That's why I said stop asking the church for food. Stop asking the church to do so much. And guess what will happen? The relationship will dwindle. We are not understanding the bullying that we go through. It was likened until let's see, when the children of Israel was sent to Babylon for captivity for so many years. They were bullied, right, Raven? They were bullied. Well, they were bullied, and they told you're going to be bullied because you didn't want to listen and do, as I commanded. Now, see, everybody's not God. So guess what? Everybody's not supposed to have that kind of authority over you. See, that's what happens. And what it is we give too much of our power away. We give too much of our rights away. I was telling my daughter, I said, they got a little trick down here in the South. I'm not going to say North Carolina, in the South. And I pray that y'all write this down. You become familiar with it. Somebody will come to you, and it could be out of the nowhere, not sparking any kind of good conversation. And they'll say to you, why do you have that on? And you'll be like, well, I'm wearing it because of such and such and such. And then they'll come negative. Why? Because you just answered them and gave them authority over you. See, I learned that from an older Indian always asking me questions. And when I would say something to him, he told me what he thought. So it took me a couple of times until I said, wait a minute, I don't like that. I peeped it out. I said, wait. So no matter if we stood there and talked for a minute, he told me what he thought. It wasn't about what I was saying. So I said, so after that, I became disrespectful. Well, why are you doing that? None of your business. And we walked in, red in the face and all. I said, and I told him to his face, I said, I figured it out. I said, I don't give you no authority over me. I said, I'm grown. I don't care if you 60 or 70. I give you no authority. I said, you're a cussing Christian as it is. I don't want you praying over my food. See, we give authority to the bully, whether it be pastor, bishop, or whatever. I'm going to keep you in your place. I can't go back. And please, everybody out there, go forward. You will not get a good result bullying. And that's pretty much how the church is ran. Some people willingly go ahead to the bully. Y'all, what y'all call President Trump's a bully? He's a bully. I'm in a Republican state. So are half of these lying Republican black pastors. Now, the white ones, they tell you, I'm whatever. But some of these punk black pastors come out, they're going to lose a lot of members. That's why they always talking about money. That's why they think the way that they think. And there are some black pastors that I guess claim that they're, When we talk about, what's the situation now? Paula White, defending Trump. I guess she is his liaison now. I guess she's the one that, takes care of him now and, pray and all this other stuff. And like I said, black pastors with money support Donald Trump. And you are not putting that together yet? And then, you know what their job is? Their job is going to be to convince you. And what happens? You've been with them so long, guess what? I guess I better go with it. They have my best interest at heart. Oh, Lord Jesus, hallelujah, I need $5,000. We just got to raise $5,000. President Trump needs it. Guess what? They're going to get $5,000. Why? When all he got to do go down the street and print out on the printer press. Why is it that they can always come up and there's no money and we owe countries all this money and there's such a deficit? How is that? We give too much authority to the bully. If you don't do, how you say it, if you're not obedient to the law, guess what? You get in trouble, right? That's just the law. We giving too much authority to the bully. We got to take this authority back, and I'm not concerned with Trump. I'm not going to meet Trump. Nothing Trump does affects me. Do you understand? Oh, you don't know nothing now. Now I know you don't know nothing about no politics. I've been around here long enough to know. The only thing going to happen for Elder Kirk, and y'all going to hear, my taxes going to go up. That's it. My food's going to become more expensive. My taxes are going to go up. Everything's going to go up. That's all that you're ever going to do for me in my life. I'm not going to meet this man. I don't want to meet him. I don't want to shake his hand. Nothing in my life's going to change. I don't want to meet the mayor. I don't want to meet the governor. When I want to meet you is when you tell me I'm getting ready to put a bunch of your money back in your pocket because I really don't need it. That's when I want to talk to a politician. Everybody has an agenda. Have you noticed that, Raven? Everybody has an agenda. Have you ever met a person that's a seller? They sell things, and when you come in there and say, hey, how you doing? I'm good. I'm promoting, I'm doing it, and you